Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Organic Yard. In today's video, we will discuss how you can easily grow tomato plants at home. You can see how easily you can grow a large number of tomatoes in pots or grow bags and get a bountiful harvest. The tomato plants you see here are planted in small plastic grow bags, yet they have produced an incredible amount of fruit. These plants bear fruit in clusters, with about 10 to 12 tomatoes per cluster. Each plant yields approximately 10 to 15 kilograms of tomatoes throughout the season, producing fruit continuously from the beginning to the end of the season. The plants reach heights of 6 to 8 feet, bearing fruit all the way from the bottom up to the top. You can see the height here. This particular plant has grown to about 8 feet, with fruit set all along the stem from bottom to top. The update I am sharing now is from a stage where I have already harvested tomatoes 3 or 4 times. I am showing you the current state of the upper fruit while the lower ones have already been picked. So, friends, if you want to grow tomato plants at home and achieve a high yield, be sure to watch this entire video. I will share 10 to 12 key points regarding tomato cultivation. If you keep these in mind while growing your plants, you too will get an abundant harvest. Let's discuss the growing process, covering essentials like selecting the right seeds, preparing the soil, and choosing the appropriate pot size. In this video, I will discuss in detail everything, such as the sunlight and fertilizer requirements, the key factors to consider for maximizing yield, and the diseases that affect the crop. So let's go through each of these points one by one. So friends, first of all, when growing tomatoes, make sure to use high-quality seeds. It is best to opt for high-quality hybrid seeds. Hybrid seeds offer higher yields and allow for a longer harvesting period. Fruiting begins early in the season and continues right until the end. In contrast, if you use poor-quality seeds, no amount of excellent soil or fertilizer will yield a bountiful harvest, and the plants will be highly susceptible to diseases. High-quality hybrid seeds, however, possess disease resistance, meaning they are immune to many common ailments. Hybrid tomato plants can grow to a height of 6 to 7 feet, sometimes even up to 8 feet, bearing fruit all the way from the bottom to the top. The variety you see here is a hybrid from East West International. You can easily purchase it from local seed shops or find it online. Now, regarding the soil preparation, it needs to be as nutrient-rich as possible, as the quality of the soil directly impacts the yield. Aim for a mixture comprising 50% normal garden soil, 30% well-decomposed cow dung manure, or vermicompost/kitchen waste compost, and 20% cocoa peat. Additionally, incorporate a small amount of fungicide, such as organic trichoderma, and a handful of neem cake powder into the mix. This helps. This prevents any fungal growth in the soil or on the plant itself, while keeping the soil rich in nutrients. Regarding the container size for growing tomatoes, you must use a pot or grow bag that is at least 12 inches in size. Do not use anything smaller. The larger the container you use, the higher the yield you will get from the tomato plant. Also, when transplanting the tomato seedling, there is a crucial point to remember. Plant it as deeply as possible. Roots can emerge from the tomato plant stem, the main stalk, so the deeper you bury it in the soil, the better the root system will develop. This results in stronger growth and a more robust plant. A stronger plant yields more produce, so bury the stem in the soil up to at least 2 or 3 inches above the existing root ball. About 10 to 15 days after transplanting, when the plant reaches a height of roughly 1 foot, you should trim off the bottom 2 or 3 leaves. You don't need to remove many. Just the 2 or 3 lowest leaves will suffice. This step is important because when you water the plant, soil can splash up and stick to the lower leaves. Leaving the lower leaves on can increase the risk of diseases, particularly fungal infections. Removing them helps prevent soil-borne fungal issues. Also, to ensure your tomato plant grows straight and strong, it is essential to stake it, or provide support, once it reaches a height of about 1.5 to 2 feet. You can use a wooden stake or a bamboo pole for this purpose. Tomato plants are quite delicate. Without staking, a plant reaching 1.5 to 2.5 feet in height might topple over and break, as the stem is fragile. Therefore, providing support at this stage is crucial. When providing support, tie the tomato stem securely to the stake so the plant grows correctly. A strong, well-supported plant will yield more flowers and fruit. To maximize flowering and fruiting, it is also vital to fertilize the plant regularly. Let's discuss the types of fertilizers needed and the schedule for application. The most important fertilizer for tomato plants is NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen promotes healthy growth, while adequate phosphorus increases the number of flowers and the fruit yield. Potassium ensures the tomatoes develop to the right size. You will get a larger yield. Another crucial fertilizer for tomato plants is calcium. It is essential not only for boosting the number of flowers and fruits, but also for preventing issues like blossom end rot. A calcium deficiency can cause the bottom of the tomato fruit to rot, so you must ensure adequate calcium levels by applying calcium-rich fertilizer periodically. Every 10 to 15 days, be sure to add 2 to 3 handfuls of vermicompost, well-decomposed cow dung manure, or kitchen waste compost. This will significantly enhance your plant's growth. All three of these fertilizers contain substantial amounts of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Additionally, once the plant reaches a height of about 1 foot, you should start using mustard oil cake fertilizer at 15-day intervals. Mustard oil cake fertilizer offers a good NPK ratio and contains various micronutrients that promote excellent plant growth and increase flower and fruit production. For calcium, you can use lime or other similar calcium sources. I have already uploaded a video on this topic, so you can go check that out. You can use those fertilizers as a source of calcium. After applying the fertilizer, and indeed every time you fertilize, make sure to till or loosen the soil. Loosening the soil allows oxygen to reach the roots easily, helping the plant grow rapidly and healthily. Also, keep in mind that for good growth, you need to maintain proper moisture in the soil. Water it thoroughly every 2 to 3 days. You don't need to overwater, but maintain enough moisture for the plant to thrive without suffering stress from the soil drying out. Furthermore, to get abundant flowers and fruit from tomato plants during the winter season, place them where they receive at least 5 to 6 hours of sunlight daily. Less sunlight can reduce the yield of flowers and fruit. Conversely, if you are growing summer variety tomatoes, it is essential to provide some shade. Keeping them in partial shade helps the flowers set properly. Regarding pests, tomato plants are often prone to attacks by black aphids. Spraying neem oil regularly can prevent this. You should also spray fungicide periodically to avoid fungal issues and use trichoderma in the soil. Also, notice these tomato plants of mine. As I mentioned, I have already harvested from them 2 or 3 times, yet, as you can see, the plant is still bearing plenty of fruit. There are many small ones developing. Many fruits are already ready for harvest, and others will be ready in a few days. Despite this, numerous small fruits are still forming, and flowers are continuing to appear. That is why I emphasize the importance of seeds so much. If you use high-quality hybrid seeds like I did, the plant will keep flowering and fruiting from the beginning of the season to the end, resulting in a bountiful harvest. In today's video, I covered everything: how to select seeds for growing tomatoes, how to prepare the soil, what to keep in mind during transplanting, and which fertilizers to use for maximum flowering and fruiting. Additionally, if you want to boost flowering, you can periodically spray micronutrients. For instance, using sprays like RAP can increase the number of flowers. I have discussed the complete care of tomato plants in detail. If you follow these tips when growing your own tomato plants, they will thrive, produce an abundance of flowers and fruit, and remain free from diseases and pest attacks. I hope you found this video useful. If you enjoyed the information I shared, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I plan to share many more videos on tomatoes, addressing the various queries and comments I've received from viewers. These upcoming videos will be very helpful to you. So, please stay connected with my channel, and if you liked the video, do hit the like button before you leave. Thank you for watching.